Let's load it up. And we're starting. In the bottom left-hand side, the red Protoss, who already sent out the first probe to block. It is nice.
In the top right, just beat Elaser. He's Africa Freaks, Armani.
Very cool stuff. Nice going for a block, so very standard. And then a 14 pylon afterwards, and just going gate first, whereas Armani is just going to take his third hatch first. Obviously leaving a little bit early. He even just sent the drone to the third base. He rallied it there right away. So I'm not sure if you saw the probe, I don't think that's possible, so he must know his opponent quite well. Obviously, both of those play a lot of Korean ladder, so they will know each other a lot better than we know how those two play. I think Nice is actually one of those players that started playing a lot more standard in the recent years. Not sure what you think about his playstyle. Is there anything in particular that shines out to you?
Not really. I do agree that he started playing a bit more standard. He used to be there with Has a little bit. Well, he used to be a little bit more normal Has, but nowadays he's pretty much a straight up player.
Yeah, exactly. And he also won most of the regionals in his region, right? I think he made it to most of the season finals, if not maybe even all of them. So he kind of overtook Has a little bit in the Taiwan region, I feel like.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I can't remember anymore, but he probably did win some, yeah.
I mean, you played in all of the season finals, so I figured you might have had him in a group once or twice, but maybe not. So
I didn't.
You didn't? Okay. He's doing some decent probe arrest. There's not much more happening, and we're obviously showing this here. Okay, now he's mining them now that the pool is done, so very classic. Armani going for an overlord at the forward base. That's weird, no?
Yeah, I saw Ragnarok do. I watched some of his VODs and he did the same, and then it just kind of died. But I mean, you see, if it's 2 adepts, you kind of see it. So I guess it has the benefits. But if they just go Stalker Adept, Adept Stalker, it kind of doesn't make any sense to have it there for sure.
I also tested with the laser if this overlord can escape to the left side, and it can't. So this is just not a safe spot to go to. And what we're talking about obviously is right now you can't see this. And you also... Oh, there's a leg? Okay, never mind. Did you also have a leg, or was it actually me?
I'm not lagging too badly at least.
Okay.
What kind of lag?
So
Do you have like a big spike?
Might have been me then. I hope it wasn't. It wasn't shown in game, and now he sees the 2 adepts and he goes in, so in this case it worked out well with the overlord for him. Armani confirming that, not Armani, Nice confirming that there's a third, so these are the 2 most standard openings right now for both players, right?
Yep. Actually, to be honest, like, I would have liked Nice to go for the Stalker just because the Ovi was there. But man, it just kind of paid off. The Ovi spot for Armani now. He got sees the Void Ray and everything, so he can't complain at least.
Yeah. I didn't finish my thought earlier. The Adept has enough vision range to show the Stalker where the Overlord is. That was the entire point I was trying to make. Now he's trying to take a third base early on. He's gonna get that probe. There's no saving that, but the Adept is in a nice position and Armani needs to back off. Nice, didn't even have 400 minutes yet, so it's not the biggest of delays. But a nice pick off for Armani, who also on the flip side made like 12 Zerglings early on, which could have made a couple extra drones, and he's going double spore. 1 in the main, 1 in the third, none in the natural. So a different setup from most Europeans. How do you like to get your spores against Protoss?
Well, I can't remember, it just kinda happens.
Against Void Ray first when you get blocked? I think.
Well, the thing is that I go... if I get blocked, I do think I delay it on the natural, yeah. Just like this.
Oh really? But you get a 1 in the main and in the third base? Against Void Ray first? That's very interesting.
Yeah, I get 1 in it and I have no spore on the net at the start.
I see. So you're not a fan of the Polish Gambit?
No, I have seen a couple police gambits against Showtime, and if it's 3 oracles, it's always -10.
Yeah, but
It's not a
you
good
make
look.
the spores against double oracle already. Just I think only against Void Ray single oracle is mostly what I was talking about.
He's gonna get a
Obviously,
queen here. Really good pickup for Nice.
when he's going double oracle into double Stargate Void Ray, this is a more greedy opening. Like this, for example, you cannot hold the Taxi with, for example. So builds like Nidus, Taxi, all of that hits much stronger against this. But obviously Armani is doing none of that. He has a very late layer himself. He droned up decently fast, took a very early forward base, and right now he's just making extra queens. So
Armor's getting a little bit of everything. He has +1 coming, he has Paling Nest, and now he's making a Roach for it as well.
yeah, that's. I'm very surprised by Bailing Nest plus for it. Oh my god, he's gonna go for a Ling Bane pressure, I guess. Very Dark-esque, at a very random timing. He just starts attacking, and the Voiders are on the other side of the map, and the Oracles are on the other side of the map too. You would think that especially against 2 Oracles, this would be worse, but Nice somehow missed it with all of his air units. He did not see this coming. The Sentry Warping is too late. There was a shield battery, but it wasn't in time. Oh, that was a really good force field. That was pretty much perfect. As far back as possible, but one Bailing survived. You can't place another Bailing there. Oh my god, this is so tight. But the super battery is healing all the probes. Nothing is dying yet. 4 probes only going down.
Armani has a lot of money on the bank, but also a lot of probes are going down now, but I think Nice is gonna be completely fine here.
Yeah, maybe. There's more probes going down in the natural. But I mean, he has all the Void Rays. He also intercepted the Void production a little bit. I think if Armani just makes drones and queens here, I think he's in a good position.
Yeah, the last links that got in, kinda, they did. I think the last wave did the most damage, honestly, there, and that could have been prevented with the Zealot warping.
Yeah. I think in general, this is the kind of stuff that we're talking about when we see Koreans making weird moves. That's when I call them out that it's weird, because if any Stargate unit sees these Zerglings just flying across the map, you leave the 2 Oracles at home, you warp in a sentry behind the natural wall, and this cannot do anything. Like, it just can't do anything. But Armani got... I'm not sure if it was luck, but he maybe also knew how Nice senses Oracles and Void Rays. But he did enough damage, I feel like. I honestly feel like Armani droned up a little bit too slow behind this. And we're seeing something very interesting from Nice. A 3rd Stargate and a Fleet Beacon. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think this is one of the worst follow-ups, but... Well, we'll see how it pays. Like, if you just make no microbial start or something, it's game over.
Oof. Saying the forbidden spell. I think you can just Hydra Bane push this, to be honest, with queens, and it's also game over.
Yeah.
Oh, it's going in here with the Void Rays. Triple Spore setup from Armani. At the very least, it's gonna buy some time. He loses 1 Void Ray. I don't think he can afford to lose those right now, and that was not worth it. Even though he killed 2 Spore Crawlers. That's not a position that he's gonna attack later on in as well, so...
Yeah, the sports are completely irrelevant anyway, so...
Yeah.
Not really worth trading even HP on those things, I think.
So yeah, I mean, the one thing he has going for him is he has a very early +2, and he is getting out carriers, but Armani now got the full scout. He saw 3 carriers were on the way. He doesn't have the biggest Hydra count, and he went melee before missile, so he doesn't have the best upgrades for this either. Obviously, you would like things like more missile upgrades and carapace upgrades, so maybe he's just gonna try to play late game from ahead.
It does look that way, but I'm still kind of expecting him to at least push to the 4th base eventually. But...
Well, do you think Nice is gonna try to take a 4th anytime soon?
I mean, he should, but
not.
I guess he couldn't. I mean, yeah, the thing is he can't really hold it with this.
Yeah, I don't think so. And now he sees it coming across. I definitely don't think you're attacking to this 3 base setup. Maybe you can because you're far enough ahead, but...
Yeah, I mean, there's literally
no?
just 3 carriers.
Yeah, it's true. A lot of cannons though, and the carriers can kite back a little bit. The thing is, Armani made so many banings that they should be able to get rid of the cannons eventually. Very well done with setting off the stasis wards.
Even if you just trade with the interceptors, like against 3 base pros here, it's not gonna be too bad.
Ooh, Tempest. Okay, now the banelings are going towards the 3rd base. They're gonna blow up some probes and shield batteries. And
The
now...
Bane drop.
Oh. At the same time, Benny drop in the natural. +2 is done, and 32 workers go down just like that. At the same time, at the front, the carriers were fighting without the cannons, so none of the Hydras died with very well transfused units here from Armani, and all the interceptors are dead, so all these carriers are dead supply in the air, and I think what Armani did here was more than enough to win the game. And he goes up 1-0 as GG is called.
Yes, I'm not really the biggest fan of the straight double Stargate straight into carriers, because you're always gonna make 8 Disruptors or High Templar after anyway, so why not just make them instantly?
I mean, I feel like especially if you want to go early carries, you might as well just go Disruptors of one Robo. Like it actually just makes it so much safer, and it's not like you ever have a carrier timing or something without any units below it. So I definitely agree with you. I haven't seen that in a while, but that's what the Diamond players always complain about. So now they saw that that's not the greatest. So I'm happy about that. And the second game is being hosted up now between Nice and Armani. It's gonna be on Pillars of Gold, which is definitely something where I can see a timing like this happen again. The thing is, I really don't expect a Zergling Baning pressure like this again. I think that was... I'm not sure, what did you think of the Ling Bane pressure? Have you seen stuff like that before?
Yeah, like you say, I mean, Dark's like the only one who does that kind of stuff, and it's not the greatest, but it can work. Not really the biggest fan.
I think especially against the 2 Stargate Void Ray, it's very weird to pull it out, because I would be so afraid that the Void Rays on the way to my side of the map will see the Zerglings, and then be like, there's many Zerglings here. And then he turns around, warps in a sentry, and it's over. Or at least then you're very far behind as a Zerg. So this was pretty committed. It worked out perfectly this game, so I don't want to be too critical. So well done by Armani. And he's only a map away now from advancing into the 3rd round of the lower bracket. I did it again. Did you realize? I ended my sentence trying to say, okay, we're gonna load up into the game now, but then it was a 15-second timer. I need to talk way longer.
It is fine, I think.
Okay.
Fidget's gonna forgive you.
Alright, if you forgive me, then I'm happy. If that's enough for you, then I'm sure it has to be enough for Twitch chat as well, this production value here. It is a new job for me as well, being a decaster and managing everything myself, but I think so far it went rather smooth, as now we finally loaded up into the second game on Pillars of Gold. Spawning in the top right! Up a map, we have the blue Zerg player for Team Africa Freaks, Armani.
In the bottom left, the red pros player for Alpha X, it's Nice.
And he's not going for a block this time. He's gonna gateway scout, I assume.
Very interesting stuff.
Very interesting indeed. Did you ever get blocked barely on this map by a pylon scout? Did that ever happen to you?
Well, yeah, I mean, I bet that has happened. Has happened on all the maps.
Well, the thing is, on this map, you don't need to go 13 pylon to block it. Actually, if you go 14 pylon, you are sometimes in time because of how late the hatchery is, even though this is a longer map. And very often I go forward and see there's no probe, I go back, and then I try to take the hatchery and there's a probe last second. And then we have to go for the good old 19 hatch on the 3rd base, which you hate to see, because that's just it feels bad. Everything about it feels so bad.
Yeah, that's pretty much at the area where you leave the game already.
Yeah. Oh my god, what is this? Cybercore first, I haven't seen this in a long time.
Big fan.
Really? What the
Well, not with you need to block this though.
So you think he's just gonna go double adept? Right?
Yeah, well, I'm kind of thinking, could it be super fast target, but it doesn't even have gas for it, so yeah, it just has to be double adept fast. But that's why I said you need to block, because doesn't really, the 2 adepts are not gonna do that much if you didn't block.
Maybe it's because he does the Korean opener if you don't block him, and then he pulls off gas. Do you think that might have something to do with it? Even though you don't have speed against this anyways, right? Even with a normal opener.
Yeah, might have some. I mean, there's queens even later, so I we'll see how it plays out. Always interesting.
Yeah, he doesn't go for Warp Gate and he's going for the Stargate instead. So this is a little bit less economic than normal opening, but you obviously put on pressure with the 2 Adepts. At the same time, Armani went for the Korean opening. What I mean with that is he took the 3rd hatch before the Overlord. So very, very early on. And then they delayed the Zergling speed a little bit in order to get that Queen out earlier. Oh, I don't like that he's taking damage on this Adept. I guess that shield is gonna heal up in time. But like a shot more or 2, and I already would have really not liked it. Oh my god.
There's a probe running to the top left. That's kinda interesting. What's that guy's plan?
I don't know. There's no tech, so... You would think it's glaives, right? That's the only thing that usually makes sense, but... Okay. Armani made 12 Zerglings. He's really respecting this. There's no way you shade in here. And I think already with 12 Zerglings, I think you're fine with this, I guess, as Protoss.
Oh, taking a bit damage. Yeah, like...
Oh my god, he's gonna lose in depth.
Frost, like, I think if this was wasn't Cyber first, he would be fine at least, but I'm not... I mean, it's probably still fine now, looking at the worker counts. Interesting OV position, almost seeing the proxy.
I mean, what is it? This Overlord went here and then here. What the hell? I guess he wants to hide it for later on or something, right? This is not a normal Overlord positioning. I would be super upset if he spots this randomly. So, okay, he's making extra gateways. I assume it's just a couple of Adepts without glaives. And then 3 Oracles, right? That's what we're expecting here?
Wait, oh what's going on here?
Oh, that was not good for Nice. A lot of things that are happening here are not good for Nice already.
But Armani's drone count's not very nice either.
Yeah, but I don't think it matters as much as it usually does, because there's not gonna be a 3rd Nexus. It's gonna be this Adept attack that he's gonna see... Oh my god, this is so close. That he's gonna see coming, and he's already making a lot of extra Queens, which is very good against the triple Oracle. One of the Oracles is out of energy. He's making a Roachborn. I mean, he's not sure what's happening, even though he's literally inside Nice's main base with an Overlord.
Did he lose the Adept? Oh, the Adept's are there.
Oh, they're here.
I really feel like he should have at least tried to... Yeah, well, this is so confusing for Armani, but... Like a natural reaction is just to make units. All the Adepts are seen now by the Overlord.
He doesn't get the Queen again, and he's losing a lot of Oracle energy here. And he's, yeah, as you said, he saw the Adepts and Nice is like, why is there an Overlord here? Ah, this is not looking too hot for Nice, so he's now just gonna have to take a 3rd base. He's going two Stargate Phoenix. That's sick.
Well, I'm not sure, like, what did you expect to accomplish with non-clave Adepts anyways, to be honest. But he's killing a lot of Lings here, that's nice. Also catching a Queen, I think.
I think you expect to shade on top of the Queens with the Oracles and then kill them. And then the Oracles are in between the bases, and you try to force the drones to run, and then the Oracles kill them, right? I mean, that's the perfect scenario.
I guess, but non-clave Adepts are just the sleepers.
I'm not sure if Armani is respecting this too much. He's making 10 roaches. His drone count is really low. Like, really, really, really low.
Yeah, I think he thinks just I'm gonna glaive all in, honestly, since there's no turf base yet.
I think this is... I mean, it's looking better and better for Nice as this goes on. He's now morphing an Overseer here to go for a scout, but it's gonna scout the Phoenix pretty much at the time where they're gonna leave anyways, at around 5 or 6. And now the Adepts just leave the gateway and he's gonna take a 3rd base. And this is actually not as bad as I thought for Nice initially. Because Armani is playing it super safe and reactive. He's waiting to spend his larva right now. Finally he decides to make drones because he feels safe. And obviously this, I mean, as a Zerg player, you're just wondering what the hell is going on.
Just a little bit worried that, like, I feel like Armani could, after he sees this, he could just make extra Queens and Nidus, but at the same time he has only 4 Queens, so he'd be at 7 if he makes 3 more.
Yeah, there are also 3 Oracles you need to remember that can help later on with the defense against the Nidus, if that ever happens, so there's a potential for jumping on him. All the Oracles out of energy, by the way. He's not making Immortals. I feel like Nice is trying to...
Oracle's dying.
Oh. I feel like Nice is trying to counter Nidus, isn't he? Like he's trying to blind counter Nidus.
If only I knew, man.
This is very weird. I mean, he can't go for an attack. Okay, now he's going for a Robo Bay. Armani wants to go for Corruptors here, which is also an interesting response. Do you like Corruptors in general against 2 2-Stargate Phoenix?
I'm not the biggest fan, but like if I went for a Spire, I don't mind playing Raptors, but I wouldn't make it as like a response.
Yeah. But then usually you have it earlier, right? So they already help. You don't need to go into as much of a defense. Whereas in this game, Armani already has 8 spores. And his queens are just chilling inside the mineral lines. At least the Phoenix are not getting too much done. Nice is making 2 robo base. Maybe some nerve strong for him.
Could be, but also could be for the observer speed.
Could be for observer. War prism speed as well. Very strong upgrade. Yeah, could be double robo bay upgrades with the drone.
Like, you just have to hope that Nice is gonna go for these Raptors here, since if he's gonna go Colossus, I think he's just gonna die.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah. But he should realize something is up because there is no Hydras yet, right? He's trying to scout right now.
Probably, yeah.
I feel like these corruptors are very obvious. Because, for the viewers, a Hydra then builds way faster than a Spire. And Armani scouted it, so if by the time he scouted the double Stargate, he threw down a Hydra, then there would already be Hydras. Same with the Infestation Pit, also builds way faster. Spire takes much longer, so... that's why I feel like you could tell.
Do you think he's gonna respawn with Void Racer potentially? Or is... Yeah, he is.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, he does have +1 at least. I also like that Armani is going for Carapace himself on the Corruptors. I mean, I'm not sure how this plays out. I think as Armani you can go very high drone count and play probably Ravager Bane below this. Plus Hive, maybe something like that.
Yeah, I feel like this is gonna... Like, it's very hard for Aatrox them to do anything here, I feel like. It's just gonna... It's gonna be a longer game for sure this time.
Yeah, Armani with 0 creep spread, by the way. He's just now starting to spread the creep, so...
yeah, well, the Phoenixes did deny it quite a lot, so...
Yeah.
It is fair.
He does have really great vision, though, with the Zerglings that he spread. I really like that. Zerglings everywhere around the map. And he still missed the Phoenix. So, but the Corruptors are almost in position. Only loses 2 workers. Not too bad. Not too bad.
Trap the Phoenix. Oh, good movement. But it's a bit of a risk here.
Well, I mean, he has 3 Spore Crawlers per base, so... Yeah, a lot of Phoenix going down. This is not looking too nice for Nice, if I may use that pun for a second here. And he's now going into the 3rd Stargate and a Fleet Beacon. Do you think he's gonna try going Carriers again, or first more Void Rays?
I'm thinking he's gonna go Void Ray speed and just more Void Rays. I think that's the play here.
Oh.
Especially since he's going so high on... Did he see the Void Rays? Yeah, he did see the Void Rays already.
Yeah, this is rough. He has nothing to zone out the Corruptors for now. I think in this case the Void Rays are not the greatest against the Corruptors as well, because he has enough Corruptors to one-shot a Void Ray. And then the moment he uses the charge, well, he doesn't have enough yet, when they all charge. Yeah, now you wait and then you go back in and start hitting them. And now he's warping in Stalkers.
You really should... Oh, he's gonna kill the Stargates as well. That's a nice play. Or at least one of them.
Loses a Corruptor for it. Pays attention, loses 2 Corruptors. No! Oh, nice turn on the second too fast. Or maybe he just got out of range. So, Stargate for a Corruptor, definitely a good trade. And he joned up very high and he went for a Hive super early. I would love to see some Vipers as well. And I like Armani's position.
Yeah, it's not looking too bad. Well, it's looking pretty good for him, but you always have to be a little bit careful, since after these Void Rays get the speed, he also has the Phoenixes, so I feel like if he goes too far forward, there can be a... like, he can just take a fight and maybe even chase the Corruptors down a little bit.
He's losing more Phoenix. Yeah. Good moves from Armani. He's really active with the Corruptors, and he's not overextending yet. Now the upgrade that he talked about is finishing up. The Flux Veins upgrade for the Void Rays that allows them to chase a little bit faster.
They're practically the same speed. Yeah. A little bit slower. Like, he's gonna dominate this fight if they take it. Yeah,
but Armani now has 3 Vipers already, so... I think the next step for Nice is to get High Templars, and he's working towards it with the... Twilight Council. And Armani is actually going Broodlords first. I wouldn't have minded Ultras myself. But I think you can already get the Greater Spire as well. Oh my god, and he's going Tempest right now. Yeah, Nice is just accepting the late game. Trying to get a Viper. I'm not sure he will. Oh my god. Survive with 1 HP. Literally 1.
Yeah, well, the Phoenixes aren't that impactful anyways.
Mhm.
But yeah, Nice is just gonna try to force a late game here most likely. Kind of like he's probably gonna be getting rid of the Adept soon. Maybe get some of them into the Armani's mineral lines or something.
Yeah. Baning drop loaded up again. He does have +2 again. And there are no cannons in position at all for this. The Phoenix would have been quite nice for this actually if he kept 1 or 2. And now there are no High Templars out, so the Parasitic Bombs are coming in together with the Corruptors. Good Disruptors hits though on Armani's ground army. He needs to run.
Oh, the super battery is unpowered.
Ooh. Baneling drop, not looking at it though. Ah, it's still so many workers going on, 19 workers, and Armani is back to 54 probes. At the same time, the Corruptors need to be a little bit careful. So far, about even trades, which obviously favors Armani a lot since he's outmining his opponent by quite a bit, but yeah,
I feel like this fight would have been absolutely awful for Armani if the superpower didn't get unpowered.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, obviously super battery very strong against the damage over time, the Parasitic Bomb. But I think as well there was a massive Disruptor hit that if it didn't happen, might have looked different as well. I like that he's going into Ultras now. It looks like he just wants to go again. This time there are High Templars, so if he hits the feedbacks, Armani will need to run right away. Okay, he wants to gather his forces first. He's also taking both of his corner bases now, which I like. His drone count is nice. I wouldn't even mind it to be a little bit higher.
I wouldn't mind him to take already like one base at least from bottom right.
Mm-hmm.
Try to mine some money from those locations already.
Yeah, that's always a good move. It forces your opponent also to respond, so sometimes they will go there with the Void Rays, sometimes you can catch a part of his Void Rays off guard, sometimes he goes there with the entire army, then you can do run-bys because of it. There are just not that many cannons here. Let's see. Oh, Storm is not done yet! Storm is not done yet! He didn't use the Disruptors. The High Templars are exposed, and most of them go down. Only 2 survive. And a lot of the air units of Nice are fighting alone. Most of the Void Rays went back so the Corruptors could pick off the units one by one. Now he's kiting with the Parasitic Bomb. So well done by Armani, and the end of the fight might not look the best for him, but the trades were very, very good here. He even traded better, I'm pretty sure, than the Protoss, and he obviously has a way bigger bank. So now Nice is in a lot of trouble. He only has mostly a bunch of Void Rays remaining, some Disruptors, and a small ground army. Whereas Armani is already back to being maxed out.
Yeah, that's a really good fight for Armani. Completely, he didn't use the Disruptors there at all. He was kind of just, I think he was just kind of clicking the Storm button there, but the upgrade wasn't ready.
Yeah, the Storm was like 5 seconds from being ready. That was so unfortunate for him. Because he wanted to storm the Banelings first, and then obviously also one of the big mistakes he made is he ran with almost all of his Void Rays, so the Corruptors had the perfect fight against like 2 Tempest and 3 Void Rays that they killed for free, so that was not looking good. And at this point, obviously Lingbane Ultra Corruptor is just gonna run over this at some point, right? If it's not gonna be with the next attack, which I really doubt, I really think this one will be the last one. It should be the one after that. And there's also gonna be a one after that one, so it's mostly just tower defense. Oh my god, the wall is open in natural! And it's all just falling apart for Nice here. With his tournament life on the line, he's obviously not gonna leave just from that, but now Armani is fighting from the front as well. He's not storming again, the storms were late, the Banelings are blocked by the Ultralisks though. But this time there are Ultralisks, all the Void Rays go down here. And he taps out.
GG gets called.